Hi all, I'm Chase, and this above me, right here, is my 2021 Pan America Special, affectionately known as Wichita. And today we are going to do the oil change. Apparently it's time. Now, if you're any kind of smart, you'll take the skid plate off before you start the bike and get it nice and hot to do the oil change. Otherwise, well, dealing with hot pieces of metal, not fun. So yeah, we're going to do that first. And that takes a T40 star bit. Okay, now that the skid plate, which, you know what, let's just go take a look at it real quick. Yeah, that's the skid plate. That is flimsy. Now granted, it's still better than what some companies will do as far as a skid plate, but man, I did not realize how horribly chintzy this is. I mean, it is, yeah, it's very, very thin. Okay, now it's been running for 10 minutes, just like it said it was supposed to be. 212 degrees Fahrenheit. That's what the bike's at right now. You're gonna need 4 quarts of the 15W50 motorcycle oil from Harley-Davidson, the Sin Blend 15W50. You need 4 quarts of that. I've heard it takes about 3 3/4 of a quart. 3 quarts and 3/4 of a quart. That's about what it is. I'm gonna put 3 in and then check it. I think you're supposed to put 2.5, but everybody seems to think that the 3 is the magic number to check it at. So you're also gonna need the new filter. Yeah, that's the kind of sucky thing. You can only get the filter from Harley-Davidson. I don't think there is a backup filter. I'm going to run in a little caveat right here. I was never going to buy another Harley filter again, but when I looked inside of these, I was very, very impressed. And the part number is, I'll just read it off for you. It is 627000280. Also, you are going to need an O-ring, I have these left over from a gasket service kit when I did my my Road King. So I bought a bunch extra and I just left these in the bag because I already had the bag. So this is the oil pan. Yeah, see that bolt right back there? This one. I don't want to touch it because, man, it's going to be scorching hot. But that's the one you need to pull. So let's pull that and we'll see what comes out. Okay. There we go. By the way, it is a 1/2-inch socket. Yeah. Oh boy, that's toasty. And I have no clue how long it is. So it's going to fall out. I'm going to burn myself. I'm sure of it. Oh, and it's very short. Very, very short. Oh boy, is that toasty. Alright, look at that nastiness coming out. Boy, that is gross. Alright. We're not going to film this draining all the way because that's just pointless. So we're going to stop it and we'll go around and we'll pull the filter off too. Alright. Here's the little wrench tool I used. You can get it under there. I mean, it was kind of awkward, but I got it in there. I also have a strap wrench that I use. So, yeah, it's not that hard. Try it a little bit more so you guys can see. There we go. Yeah, see? It doesn't fit all the way in there, but it's enough that you can turn a little bit. So that's all you need is a little turn. And once you get it loose, oh boy, is it hot. Okay, there we go. All right, now it's coming loose. And we're getting some drips. Yeah. Both sides are still draining. So I'm going to let this drain for, well, for a while. I want to get everything out of it that I can. As you can see, we are down to a very, very slow drip. I've replaced the O-ring on the oil plug, and I cleaned off all the little bit of nastiness that was on the magnet here. It's nice and clean, and yeah. When you put this back in, it needs to be 15 foot-pounds of torque, Let's see. I already got the new O-ring on there, brand new O-ring, and I didn't find anything like real bad shavings or anything like that. I mean, it's had its first oil change at 1,000, so it's not like it was really like nasty or anything. So there was no big chunks or anything that came out. So right now I'm pleased. So let's put this back in. Okay. Torque wrench is set to 15 foot-pounds. All right, that's in there. Now we're gonna go out and we're gonna take out the nastiness that is the oil filter. So we still got some drippage there, but once I get the oil filter off, I think that's good. So let's go over there and take that off real quick. All right. Here's a pro tip. I knew someone that blew an engine up once. Because right here, they had pulled a oil filter off. And they didn't notice that the gasket stayed stuck to the engine block. So they put a new oil filter on with the same gasket on it and tightened it down. Well, 2 pieces of rubber didn't seal very well, and it spewed oil out once the oil pump got going real good. And it blew their motor. So, yeah, kiddies, don't do that. Let me go get the filter, put a little bit of oil in it, and we'll start putting some oil into the bike. Okay, first thing we're going to do, get a little oil on that gasket to lube it up. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Make sure it's nice and lubed. Man, this thing has serious flow. All those little holes. Yep. All right, we're going to put some oil in this. We'll spin it on real quick. A quick aside. Usually most filters are 3/4 of a turn to a full turn after you get them down. Like, you know, once the rubber meets the metal. If you don't have a way to check, you can just use a piece of tape. Just stick it on there and then you spin it, and once you get a full revolution after you touch, or 3/4 of a revolution, you know, if it was here, it would have been about here. All right. Before we end, I'm going to say, if you want to reuse the old skid plate, that's fine. I don't have a problem with the old skid plate. I didn't have a problem. When you put it back on, the bolts are to be, I think it's 14 to 18 foot-pounds for the torque setting. So I would just put it at 15 and be done with it. Make sure you Loctite. Blue Loctite. Don't use the red stuff on that. That would be not very smart unless you want to heat stuff up to get it off. The next video will be why I'm not putting the old skid plate back on. Belly pan, whatever you want to call it. I read all comments. Any questions, anything like that, I'll try to answer them as best I can. Like and subscribe, click that ding link to be notified of any videos I'm coming out with, and bye y'all. Oh, stay stubborn.